Hello, beautiful. Welcome. Today we're doing a live about how direct sales prepared me for my high ticket coaching business and specifically high ticket sales. So if this is your first time here, welcome. It's good to have you. And my name is Mimi Dabo. So I'm a high ticket business coach for spiritual female entrepreneurs, or specifically spiritual female coaches who want to quickly add multiple six figures and seven figures to their business without stress, drama, or losing their sanity. And I help them to co-create high ticket coaching boutiques with packages and prices that support them to create a life where they work less and make a lot more money. So welcome again. I'm going to dive right in. And if this is your first time here live, type in live. And if you're here for the replay, type in replay. Okay? I'm not going to see comments because I'm on live on StreamYard and I don't usually get comments until I'm done. But I'll get to them after the live. So I used to, while I was an attorney, and before I became a coach, I started my fashion business in 2004. But I wanted to get some sales experience. Even though I had my boutique, it was online, and I had a storefront in Washington, D.C., I still wanted to learn how to really, really do sales. I want to master sales. And so I went online looking for some direct sales experience to kind of be a buffer for my business. And I found Stella & Dot. And this is not an endorsement of Stella & Dot. It's just the company that I was one of the direct sales people for. And it's a fashion and jewelry business. And they have stylists all over the world who sell for them. So, and I was one of those people here in DC. And, people don't like direct sales, but for me, it was really, really good and a great kind of bridge for me to get into my coaching business and do sales the way it really needs to be done. So the first thing that I learned from direct sales was connection. These days, people don't really talk to people. And when it came to direct sales, it taught me how to connect with other women. It's a jewelry business, a fashion business for women. And I was really able to talk to women, to come with a curiosity and get to know them, what they want, what they were looking for in their lifestyle, in their fashion, for work. It was really good to really connect and get to know people. And in my coaching business with high ticket sales, before I even get to sell anything, I've learned how to create that relationship, to connect and nurture and get curious and learn, what does she really want? What is it that she's thinking? Why does she really want this? How does it fit into her life? How does this model fit into her business? And I got that from direct sales because they actually get to talk to people. You actually get to know them. Yes, it's fashion. Yes, it's jewelry. But still, people open up because once it's like bartending. I always say a fashion stylist is like a bartender, and everybody talks to you and opens up to you and tells you their whole life story. And that's what it was like. And that allowed me to be able to be curious enough in my coaching business where I can create a relationship and nurture it before I start to sell to my potential clients. So the first thing I learned was connection. The second thing was what a lot of people don't do these days or like to do, was to actually get on the phone and make phone calls. I did not know how to do that in my personal business because I did not need to do that. But for Stella & Dot, I learned how to really get on the phone and call people and talk to them or send emails out. I call that outreach. These days, everybody wants people to come to them. Like everybody wants a warm lead. People coming into your email, into your funnel, your live group on Facebook. That's all great. But what's really powerful in sales is learning how to pick up the phone and call someone and talk to them. So for Stella & Dot, how it happened was I'll get referrals and I'll have to call someone and say, hey, this person referred me to you and says you might like to host a trunk show. I was trying to set up a date and see what day works for you and things like that. And it was really easy. But if I hadn't done that in my direct sales business, I probably wouldn't be as eager to pick up the phone now in my coaching business to sell coaching or to sell multiple 6 and 7 figure boutiques to women who want to create that kind of business in their coaching life, or that kind of life or their coaching business. So the first one was connection, and the second one was making calls, going out and creating business, going out and creating sales, not waiting for it to come to you, even if you have a website. Even if you have 100 people every day, leads coming in, it's really a nice skill to have if you want to master sales, because it's one of those things that never dies, never goes away. When the phone goes out, when the internet goes out, I don't know if that's going to happen. When Facebook goes down, when Instagram goes down, call people, talk to them. The third thing was lead generation. So I didn't even know what it was called at the time, but I was doing lead generation before I knew what it was. So at the trunk shows, I'll have raffles, and I'll collect people's phone number, email, and names, name, phone number, and email, and I'll call them if they won. But I had like this database of all these emails, and I'll tell them, so I'm going to add you to my email list, and then I'm going to send you guys emails about sales and holiday events and future trunk shows. And everybody's like, okay, sure. So I collected hundreds and hundreds of emails from different trunk shows, and I was able to do that. And I created a 10 ways to wear the most popular necklace. And I'll give that as a free gift to anyone who gave me their email if it was outside of a raffle. So if you wanted the stylist tips, you gave me your email, your phone number, I gave that to you. And it was all like, I printed out copies of it. It wasn't electronic or anything like that. It was like just old school, just hand it to them. And they will write out their email for me on a piece of paper, and I'll go home and I'll add it to a spreadsheet. Then 4 times a year, I will send out emails. And once a month, I would send out my website with a list of what was on sale and what was new in the boutique. So lead generation, making calls, connection. And in my coaching business, one of the biggest ways that I get clients with my lead generation is creating my lead generation tool on my website for people coming through my blogs, and they sign up, and 90% of the clients I've worked with have come through that lead generation tool. And I've learned that from direct sales, because I would not have known that coming from my legal background, what lead generation was, or collecting emails or things like that, or sending emails out to potential clients. I knew nothing about that. But thanks to direct sales, I was prepared for high ticket sales. That's the third thing. The fourth one, and I have notes so that I don't forget what to say. The fourth one was high ticket. Okay, so I found this really interesting, that 20% of my hostesses, the people who were hosting the trunk shows, and the potential buyers, about 20% of everyone wanted the most expensive stuff. So when I started doing the trunk shows, I would travel with just like the $39 rings or the $42 bracelets, because I thought, well, let me take the small stuff because everybody wants to buy cheap stuff anyway. And I'll get there and everybody would say, is this all? Like, do you have stuff that's like more expensive? And I thought, really? And then I learned something really important. People want quality. People are willing to invest in what they want, regardless of the price. So I started traveling with a jewelry that cost $237 or $150. I dropped the $29 and the $39 jewelry, and I'll only bring that to the trunk shows, the higher priced items, and they sold like hotcakes. And I got even more referrals, and I learned, oh my gosh, nobody wants cheap stuff. But when I got to my coaching business, I had a $37 ebook, and I had a $197 membership. Guys, if you haven't yet brought income into your business and grown enough where you can hire a team and have everything automated for you to have a membership or low ticket item, I invite you to not do that. Wait until you've created enough revenue to hire a team, to bring people on who can do that headache work for you, because it's a headache to have that membership site. It really is, if you don't know what you're doing. I didn't know what I was doing, but I thought if I have a membership site for $197 a month, everybody's going to want to do that. I had maybe 5 people sign up for that. Everybody was buying my $7,000 high ticket package, and this was in 2016. Nobody was buying $197. Nobody was buying the ebook. Well, the ebook sold like a lot of copies in the first year, and after that, nobody was really buying it. Everybody just wanted a coach. They wanted someone to walk with them alongside as they created their business, or at a time as they created their packages, or quit their jobs or whatever else I was coaching on at that time. And I realized something. It's the same as direct sales. People didn't want to invest in the $29 rings. They wanted the $200 necklace. They wanted the $300 bracelet. They didn't want the cheap stuff. They wanted something that was quality, that will last, that they can invest in and get a higher rate of return for because it lasted longer. And in coaching, people want a coach to walk beside them as they create and build the thing they want. And so I was able to lean back into my direct sales life and create high ticket packages in my coaching business so that I could accommodate and be in service or of service to the women who really wanted high quality, exponential, high value return on the investment. The fifth thing was marketing. Marketing. I learned a lot about social marketing because a lot of the jewelry with Selling Dot was worn by celebrities, and we'll get the pictures, and I'll go post a picture on Twitter, put a link to my website where you could buy that. And it was like selling like hotcakes because everybody sees the celebrity wearing it and they want it. And then it was Facebook. I had a Facebook page with a blog, of course, and I would post links to my Facebook page. I didn't do lives. I don't think there were Facebook lives at that time. But I would post all the links with the celebrity wearing the necklace or the jewelry or the ring or the earrings, and it would sell. And so I learned how to sell online really well outside of my website on the social, on Twitter at the time, Twitter, and on Facebook. And then the sixth thing I learned was objection handling. I just assumed the sale. That was the first thing I did all the time. It was kind of like I set my displays, I set up my marketing to always say, where have you been all my life? Every time they saw something, they thought, oh my gosh, nothing in my closet fits that, but it doesn't go with anything in my closet, but I need to have it. I'll make sure I get something that works with it. And so I styled everyone to think that they really needed to have this thing. And it wasn't sleazy because they wanted it. It made them look good and feel good and, feel happy. So they got it. And when it comes to coaching, it's the same thing. My marketing is about connection and nurturing and bringing people in based on what they've told me they want. Okay? So it's about listening to my potential clients. It's about listening to people and helping them to create the thing that they say they really want. Because marketing is really the first step to introducing your service and who you can be in the world for people so they can receive it, come back, pay for it, and work with you. And I learned that again from direct sales. Then there was the follow-up. And I think this one is important because sometimes we don't talk about the follow-up enough in coaching because it's not taught in our coaching programs. But with direct sales, what we did was I had all this database of all these emails and phone numbers I'd collected from all the trunk shows through the 4 years. And at least 3 to 4 times a year, I would follow up with people, especially the holidays, and say, hey, we have new things in the shop now, or I'm hosting trunk shows in this part of town next week. Are you interested in hosting one? Or I have these bonuses for hostesses who want to host trunk shows between now and December 23rd. And it was amazing to see how people who you'd met at shows who at the time were not interested in buying anything, all of a sudden they're buying things. And 40% of all my direct sales income came from my follow-up. 40% came from my follow-up. And I've done the same thing with my high ticket sales in my coaching business, which is follow up with people who I've met, have been referred to me, who were not a great fit at that time, but now could possibly be a referral source or are ready to work with me now. Because honestly, follow-up is one of those things that a lot of people don't really think about, but it's one of the most important tenets of high ticket sales. And in direct sales, it's a natural because you meet so many people at trunk shows and not everybody wants to buy at the time. But during the holiday season, so many more people are ready to invest money and buy gifts for their loved ones. And then also, I learned, number nine, I learned the power of referrals. So with every hostess, after every show, I would ask her for the names of 4 to 5 people that she thought would be a great hostess for my next trunk shows. And then I would call them and say, this person referred me to you. I would tell them how much maybe I'll ask permission. Should I tell them how much she made in the trunk show? And she's like, sure. So I'll tell them she made $500 in the last trunk show. It was just 2 hours. She invited 12 people and they bought it. All you have to do is, I'll bring the margaritas, I'll bring the sangria, I'll bring the jewelry. All you have to do is have a place for people to sit and have fun together for 2 hours and try on jewelry. And it was easy. So through referrals for each trunk show, I always made sure to get at least 5 more referrals, and that was 5 more trunk shows and 5 more ways to create business. And same thing with HighTicket Sales in my coaching business is after I work with a client, referrals. When I meet people at networking events, referrals. And I even have a referral program in my business where I give $100,000 to anyone who refers a client to work with me, and that client signs up with me. I give $100,000. I've been doing that for the last 5 years. Because one of the most powerful ways to create business, especially one business, is through referrals, because that's a guaranteed person that you've already been vetted. And they come to you saying, I am really warm and ready to start. Let's do this. So it takes a lot to screw up a referral call conversation. When it comes to sales conversation, it takes a lot to mess up a referral call. Even if you're not good at sales, even if your closing rate is 20%, referrals are easy ways to create new clients, especially when you're starting out. And then there was a bonus that I learned. And this one I think is super important. And it has to do with the only time in your business that you make money. So the only time in your business that you're making money is when you're selling. And in direct sales, every time I had a trunk show, I was making money. When I wasn't at a trunk show, when I wasn't selling on my website, when I wasn't sending out emails, I wasn't making any money. It's the same thing with coaching. The only time in your coaching business that you make money is when you sell. Every other time you're losing money. And that's not a bad thing because you have to coach, right? That's why you do the sales calls to get coaching clients. But the only time you make money is when you're selling. So that's why sales is so important. So I always tell myself, for every one client that I get, I want to do 2 more sales calls to get 2 more clients on the back end, so that when I'm done working with this client, I can have another client or have a waiting list. One of my goals for 2022 is to actually have a wait list of clients, because then I know that that is money coming to me, okay? Because sales equals money. Anything else is just work in your business. So I'm going to go over the 10 things that I learned from direct sales. And that is, let's see, connection, making calls on the phone and sending emails, lead generation, high ticket, 20% of your population wants high ticket, marketing, social media, objection handling, follow-up, power referrals, and the only time you make money, and there's one more, snail mail. So every holiday season and twice a year also, in the summertime and around the holidays, I would send cards out to everyone who shopped from me. Everyone who bought something from me got a card and a gift certificate for maybe 5% off or $10 off to buy within 30 days. I did that. And so we used to, in the direct sales business, Stella and God had all these cards, and we'll buy the cards, or some of it we'll get for free, where we could just send snail mail to potential customers and old customers. And I think that is such an amazing thing for coaching businesses, because in my coaching business, when I send snail mail or send a card to a client or potential client or somebody I've worked with, I always get a text, email, or phone call that says, oh my God, Minnie, I never get anything in the mail. The only thing I get in the mail is bills or credit card applications or junk mail or Chinese food restaurant information. But nobody sends me cards except at Christmas time. So my invitation is to send snail mail, okay? Establish connection, let people feel special. That's how they remember you, and that's how you distinguish yourself and your brand from other people. So those are my 10 ways that direct sales help me to prepare for high ticket coaching, my high ticket coaching business and high ticket sales. If you resonate with any of this, let me know which one you're going to implement in your business. Which one do you think is going to help boost your business, your marketing, your sales for 2022? And hit submit, hit subscribe, and come back, because going forward, everything high ticket is on this channel. High ticket sales, high ticket marketing, high ticket pricing, high ticket packaging, everything high ticket right here. It's been good having you.